This is daily flip number 39. Thanks for watching. This should be short and sweet today. I've been all over the place. The Honda Odyssey stuck on the highway saga continues. We made it another 2 miles down the highway. If you're curious what I'm talking about, watch yesterday's daily flip number 38. Basically, we're trying to get a Odyssey with a bad transmission back from the auction without having to have it towed. I probably should just call a tow truck. It'd be cheaper when you factor in my time and my mechanic or my computer guy's time, but I'm like on a mission. We're gonna get this thing back and we're not gonna tow it. So we made it another 2 miles. It's still on the highway. It's not been towed and it's not been tagged. So hopefully we get that back tomorrow. We're gonna try again in the morning. I feel really good about it. So we'll see. Otherwise, we've been messing around with this today. Had some carbon built up in the engine. We did a seafoam treatment. Actually, this is the second seafoam treatment. It's actually running right now. When you do a seafoam treatment in the engine compartment, I don't know if our light's gonna adjust on the camera, but you've got a brake booster here. There's a vacuum hose that goes inside the brake booster right there. You pull the vacuum hose off, you actually, I'll show you the seafoam. You take the lid off the seafoam and you let the seafoam drain into that vacuum hose. It's a lot of suction there, so it isn't really gonna spill, it's just gonna suck in there. This is seafoam. Walmart's your best bet. It's cheapest there. I think Amazon might be the same. It's like $6.98, $6.99. That's that. So we'll go back outside. I just started it. If I rev it, I think we're gonna get some smoke. It's gonna look like we have a blown head gasket, but we don't. It's the seafoam and hopefully some of the carbon blowing out the engine. So I'm gonna rev it real quick and see what we get here. It may take it a minute for us to get a little smoke. The last few times I've done this, that's the last time I did it, our neighbors came over and thought we had a fire, thought the building was on fire. So we'll give that a minute to work itself in. Hopefully we get some smoke. So we'll come back in a moment and check on that. Otherwise, we got rid of our, which it was already sold, the guy came and picked up, there was a Mercury Mountaineer right here. He picked that up today and traded in our, if you can see it behind me there, the GMC Envoy. I'll give you a look at that real quick. It's a 2004. Worked out really well for us because it was a trade-in. We sold this to him 2 years ago, year and a half ago, and he came back, traded it in, and he needed a third row vehicle, so he bought the Mountaineer. This is a 2004 with 173,000 miles. He bought a 2006 Mercury Mountaineer with 162,000 miles, if I'm not mistaken. So for us, we were asking $5,000 for that. We gave him $2,000 for this, which is about right. We can probably sell this for around $4,000. So I got a vehicle worth $4,000 and I sold him a vehicle worth $5,000. So for us, that works out well because I don't have to go back to the auction to replace that. It's here. We have one check engine light and evap code to take care of, and then this one's good. Body wise, it's in good shape. Should be a pretty easy sell. We got a window glass in for our one I'm pointing to there, the 2005 Lincoln Navigator. We've got a cracked window on the passenger side front, so that came in at $75 from LKQ. We found that on car-part.com. Actually, if you have subscribed to the podcast, you're going to hear about the that site, car-part.com, and why you should use it if you flip cars. Best place to find used parts. If you're looking at a junkyard, it'll save you a ton of time. So we're going to be talking about that in this upcoming podcast, which will launch this Friday. So if you're not subscribed, thecarflipshow.com, that'll give you the Stitcher and the Apple iTunes podcast platforms. You can click the links, it'll take you to those. You can subscribe. We'll love to share that information with you. Also coming up this Friday, we're going to be talking about whether or not you need a dealer's license, if it's necessary, and if so, what does it take? Actually, I think I'm getting this YouTube name right, Dragon Slayer, and yesterday's amazing YouTube handle, by the way. You asked this question about what's it take, what's it cost. That's going to be in this coming Friday's podcast. So there will be a version of that here on YouTube, exact same as the podcast on your Apple app or your Stitcher app, but the podcast app allows you to listen without having to watch. So if that's better for you, you don't have to sit and listen to a 30-minute podcast while you're watching. So that, anyway, so we're gonna see if we can get some smoke here. It's gonna be a major letdown if we don't, because there we go. Okay, so I'm gonna show you what I'm seeing. It looks a lot thicker in person. So I'm gonna turn the camera back around. This is our carbon blowing out. Not what you want to see out of your engine. usually, but for us this is good. This is blowing out and I can barely breathe right now, so I'm gonna move. So that's that. Hopefully this blows out the carbon that we need it to. I'm gonna be driving this home, so it'll be a big plume of smoke following me out of here down the road. Otherwise, tomorrow I'm leaving for Nashville. I'm going to a podcasting conference. Not that this affects you in any way, shape, or form, because it has nothing to do with car flipping, but I'll be there tomorrow, so I don't know if there'll be a car flip, a daily flip. Maybe while I'm there, I'll do one. Otherwise, tomorrow I got a few things to take care of. Trying to get the Odyssey back. Got to go by the tag office. Trying to find a customer a minivan, so I'm on the prowl trying to find an 04, 05, 06 Odyssey, Nissan Quest, Toyota Sienna. So I'm trying to take care of that before I get out of here. Otherwise, hopefully we have some interest in vehicles tomorrow. This is our trade-in we got the other day for the Chrysler 300. Just went out on the front line. We have, let me show you one more thing as I'm thinking about it. You may have seen me mention a 2008 Jeep Wrangler we've had for a little while. It needs an engine. We just got started on that. So also have an engine coming for this week. This is the old engine here. So hopefully we'll get that taken care of at the end of this week, maybe next week. This is our Jeep Wrangler. This inside of here is the new engine remanufactured. We've got the intake pulled here. We're pulling exhaust. We have a bunch of shields, plastics. Inside here, we're having an issue. If our camera will show it. Up in here, there's one bolt holding the engine to the transmission, and we're having trouble getting a socket on it. I say we, as if I'm doing this. My mechanic is having trouble with that. He takes care of all of this stuff. So once we have that, we're really close to raising the engine, and we have to transfer over, we'll break my camera, we have to transfer over the intake, the valve covers, and the oil pan. So this one was knocking. Replacement engine remanufactured was cheaper than the used one, so it was like 1,800 bucks, 1,850 for a remanufactured. Used one was $2,000 to 2,200. No brainer there. We get the warranty and all with that. So that's that. Otherwise, if you have not yet, if this is your first time watching and you haven't, please subscribe to this channel if this was at all helpful. I'd love to provide, if I can talk, provide more information that would help you on your flipping journey. We just passed 2,500 subscribers on YouTube, so that's awesome. Thank you guys for watching. I hopefully will see you tomorrow if I can get one in before I head out to Nashville. If not, maybe we can do one in Nashville. But I am gonna run. You guys have a great evening, and I'll see you in the next daily flip.